Hey guys, welcome to the Rock and Road Show. Today I'm going to talk to you about some stuff made by a very famous artist named Chimney Butte. I met Chimney Butte in the pawn shops on the Indian Reservation near Farmington, New Mexico in the 1980s after I came home from the Gulf War. I'm going to see if I can zoom this in just a little bit with this worthless piece of crap iPhone. Here we go. Chimney Butte thought he would become extremely famous, and he did for a short period of time. And then I think what happened was most of the purchasers are, I'm not being prejudiced or racist or any name calling here. Most of the white Americans are the ones with the money that buy most of the jewelry. They were just more into the jewelry because it was really cool, really beautiful. And they didn't really care how it was made. And they don't know how it's made. And they were not as deep into the intrinsic value and the meaning and the depth and the hours and struggle and scientific research and money and experimentation that goes into Chimney Butte items. Me personally, I love his stuff. I would buy more of his stuff if I had the time and money, but I don't. I don't keep a lot of it with me. I sell it pretty quick online, kind of, sort of, sometimes. I keep it in a bank vault, or I have one or two pieces I wear, and that's it. I'm going to take 1 second here, because one of these pieces I'm going to show you and teach you about, and I'm going to use it as a sample so you can see it. This one here is already sold, and I wanted to hurry up and do a film on it while I still have the opportunity. It looks like it's got Royston turquoise. It might be, might not be, who knows. It doesn't really matter. I don't know how and why, but I think sometime in the I was told by other Native American Indian jewelry makers that American purchasers and buyers, yes, and mostly white people again, were very, in the 1960s, they began to be into stuff that was more perfect. They call it, ooh, perfect, perfect, perfect. And they used to judge turquoise and judge pieces by not having any kind of a flaw at all. If you look close enough here on my lousy $1,700 iPhone, you can see that there's a little bit of inclusion on this stone, but it's close to perfect, and they look to me like a Royston. But here's what I was going to get to with that. It doesn't matter what mine it's from. And Royston's a pretty old mine, and it was mined out a long time ago. Yeah. So a lot of stuff that you see online, everybody's going, oh my God, it's Navajo. People, stop. Just stop. Not everything's made by the Navajo. I'm not mad at the Navajo. I don't have a problem with that. But there's other tribes, and they make it, and they've been doing it for a long time. Since the Spanish got to the United States and started traveling around and brought that talent with them, making horse bridles in the 1600s, yes. Then they taught the Native American Indians that were already here, yes. This art and this craft and this science has been around a long time. A long time. Really old stuff is big and bulky like this. And then the newer stuff they made became more intricate. Even for me, for some people that's not intricate. For me it is. So back to the mines, the different types of mines. Turquoise is a mineral, and it can be very soft. It can fall apart in your fingers. It can fall apart in your pocket. It can fall apart in your backpack, and you can smear it on yourself like makeup. It's pretty cool stuff. You could probably make paint out of it. So there's not a lot of mineral lying around a turquoise. There isn't. It doesn't last a long time. And in order to get the stuff from the older mines, you have to have a stock or a back stock, or find somebody who's got back stock to have specific mines. Like, oh, Royston, oh, Morenci. There's all these people online all the time that swear to God They've got these mines. They're no longer in existence. This is a Chimney Butte, though, so it wouldn't surprise me that he has backstock or had buddies and pals and friends he could get backstock from. This one has a Purdue in it, a real Purdue gemstone, because I've tested it. I know how to try that, test that out. Yep. And it has the typical cross. This is not the Mission Cross shape. This is the Navajo cross shape. Mission Cross would be a little bit longer in the center. Not much, but a little bit. There is some differences, believe it or not. And some differences have meaning. This is specifically the Navajo cross. It's almost like a perfect X. Right. The Navajo adopted it a long time ago. I think, and I've read, right about the time that they started the Native American Indian Church of God, because the United States government took away their right to have their peyote ceremony. Yeah, they took the peyote, they took the land from the Native Americans, and they took the peyote. Yes, they took the religion. And so the Navajo started, I think it was Navajo, that started the Native American Indian Church of God so they could have the peyote back. Yes, I've done peyote journey. I'm part Native American Indian. So, back to Chimney Butte. Chimney Butte had several different markings that he used several different times. And I don't know if I've got enough light to do this. I was hoping to have a better cell phone shot here. And his older signatures are a little different than the newer signatures. He also had a wife, and later on his wife started doing jewelry with him. This is an older one. This is an older Chimney Butte signature. And he marked it sterling. When I first got this piece, it still was packed with a piece of wood chip. To me, that's like freaking awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty neat. I'm about to tell you why he's famous and why that's so neat. Because this wasn't darkened with dirt and darkened with age like some of my other pieces. This one was darkened with smoke. And when I met Chimney Butte in a pawn shop in New Mexico on the Indian Reservation, it's a small known fact that if you ever want to test silver, you can smoke it, and silver will smoke and turn black. But you have to be extremely careful, of course, because silver is really soft. Chimney Butte had an idea, and he told me he had just started it when I met him. It's that long ago, after he came home from the Gulf War. He figured out and found out that he could smoke the silver just right and pack it just right in wood chips. Yeah. So now you know why I was so excited, and there was a piece of wood chip still in there. And he could smoke the silver. He could smoke it so it permanently stained black. Yeah. Isn't that neat? I think so. And so I from then on, I became a Chimney Butte collector. This piece here is still on my eBay channel for sale. Trust me, I'm not asking anything cheap for it, because it is chock full of gems and an opal. I don't know if you can see that. And it has been smoked and it's signed. It's slightly newer, and the other one I'm not ever selling, and that's also a Chimney Butte, and it's a lot newer also, and it's also been smoked. And there we are again, and that's more of the Mission Cross shape. See how that center of that cross is longer than these? It's more of the Mission Cross, which I happen to love. It's in my heart and soul. That's just, for some reason, that's where that's at. So I want to show you, I got bit by a mosquito. I'm going to try and take one of these off, and I'm going to show you another signature of Chimney Butte so we can take a look at it. Sorry, I'm the only film team there is, so I'm trying to get this to line up so you can see one of his other signatures. I'm working on it. And you can take a look, and you can see the inside of that signature, see what that's like. Trying to get it. I'm working on it. That's iPhone for you. Yeah, I don't know if I can get it, but I've tried. That's all right. We can examine this other Chimney Butte anyhow. Take a look at it. There it is. It's upside down though. See, this is a smaller. It's a smaller signature. I'll try and get it. And it's for sale right now on TequilasunTrading. All one word, capital T. I don't know if you can see that signature is a little bit different. That's a newer one. It was still smoked, and it has gemstones, including an opal. And this one's for sale, but it's not cheap, and I don't carry it with me. So if you're thinking you see me over at Walmart, I'm not going to be able to just whip it out and show it to you. It's not going to happen. I keep this stuff in a safety deposit box until I get it sold. Then I pull it out of the deposit box, it gets wrapped up, and then it gets shipped out. These are the mission crosses here with mountains on the inside of this one. This is the one I'm keeping. I'm not selling this one. But I wanted to show you another Chimney Butte signature, and it's a lot newer. And after him and his wife began to make jewelry, which was about the time this gem piece came out, it's when him and his wife were doing these pieces. He then started teaching a school and teaching classes, and you'll see copy stuff laying around that looks exactly like what I'm showing you. You go, well, I have one like that. Yeah, you do, probably, but it wasn't the original inventor, designer, Chimney Butte. See there? There you go. And this is a lot newer one. When he told me about his plan of packing and smoking it, he said to me, how interesting is it? How interesting is it? How neat is it that I figured out a way to darken my silver without chemicals, without having to force darken it, by using nature and the earth. And my name is Chimney, and it's going to be smoked silver. Yeah, how cool is that?